Hello, Anya Taylor Joy stands. Welcome back to my channel. It is time once again for me to give some more movie opinions while I put away my photo cards. If you're new here, I started a new thing where I pick my favorite and least favorite movie from about 2 months to talk about while I put my photo cards away from those months. I've been liking doing the worst first, so we're gonna keep doing that today. So, when you watch a movie with Anya Taylor Joy and you think to yourself, this is going to be such a great movie, nothing could possibly go wrong. I'm just going to tell you, that's super positive, but just a little too optimistic for the movie that we're going to talk about first. And, the thing is, I remember being pretty excited about this movie. I had it on my watch list for a while because technically it was an X-Men movie and I loved Evan Peters as Quicksilver. Except after it came out, I kept hearing not great things about it. Its Rotten Tomato score isn't really that great. Oh yeah, just so we're on the same page, we're talking about the New Mutants. I I really didn't get too far in to watching it, and I already had started to dislike it. I mean, I should try to be maybe a little more positive just to ease everybody into the review. So let's see, what did I like? Well, I guess I could probably say I liked that Anya was in it. I don't know. I just think that the elements should have been good. There was a relatively stacked cast. We had Maisie Williams, best known for Arya Stark in Game of Thrones, Charlie Heaton, best known for Jonathan Byers in Stranger Things, Alice Braga, who was known for Sol Soria in The Suicide Squad, and obviously Anya Taylor-Joy, who is the love of my life. There's some other in the main cast that have been in shows that I haven't seen, so I can't comment on their acting in those. But I think, in general, that these actors did the best that they could with what they were given. But I do have a criticism of some acting. Jonathan, please, please stick to whatever you have going on in Stranger Things. This Kentucky Southern thing that you had going on, not great. I didn't like it. I just don't know why I didn't like it, but he kept losing it randomly. Like he would have it when he was talking to them, and the next minute it'd be gone. I was like, where is it? Where did he go? But whatever. I mean, maybe, okay, sure, fine. I did like that Arya and Danny became a couple. I do kind of have a soft spot for them. New girl meets one person who actually is nice to her, and they fall in love. They were cute together. And I will say, out of all of Maisie Williams' roles that I've seen her in, I like this relationship better than Arya and Gendry. Don't understand what was going on there. Not to go on a tangent, but sorry. What was that relationship? Moving on. I think we should maybe talk actually about the movie and what it entailed. I think the exposition was not great. I appreciated that we learned about character things as we unlocked their fears, but in general, we really didn't learn anything about them. Like, we don't know what their motivations are. What are they working towards? What's their goal? They built walls around themselves, but how can they be torn down? All we really got was Jonathan is a sad poor boy who killed his dad. Bernardo is a sad rich boy who can't have sex because he killed his girlfriend. Arya has religious trauma and killed her priest. And Anya has deep rooted trauma from years of possible childhood SA. That's great to know. But how can their development as characters actually be moving to the audience? It just wasn't in this. I remember seeing a review from someone that said they didn't understand why Anya's character was so racist. And now I don't know if the character of Magic is racist in the comics, but in the movie, she was pretty racist. And I think movies that use racism and then they never really have the racist apologize or face consequences for it are bad. Though I'm sorry, but what do we expect from a movie written by two white men, one of whom works with Johnny fucking Knoxville? A lot of poor writing makes sense when you realize that that guy's behind it. Anya's character literally faced no consequences, but was treated as a friend to Danny at the end, and I don't understand why that happened. They had a fight, but there was nothing else. So, I mean, every single character in this movie had, like, oodles of trauma. And I think they need some, just a one on one therapist instead of a prison. I don't know. Seriously, though, like, do any other X Men characters have as much trauma as these kids? And don't say Magneto. I've seen him kill Kevin Bacon, okay? I get it. And I know that these kids are dangerous, but where's the X Men or people who can actually help them? I'm not a registered psychologist, but I do have a degree and a mental health first aid certification, so I could probably fix them better than Dr. Reyes. She's the only doctor in the entire facility. The Essex Corporation really couldn't have spared more than one. Did they really not expect a group of 5 unruly kids would get into some shit? I will say, for, Dr. Reyes, I'm glad she wasn't, like, the big bad of the movie. She was the only specific antagonist we mentioned in most of the movie, though. We didn't really know about the demon bear until, like, halfway through. We heard about the two bears through voiceover.
There's an old Native American proverb that says, "Inside every person there are two bears, forever locked in combat for your soul. One bear is all things good, compassion, love, trust. The other is all things evil, fear, shame, and self-destruction."
And Danny mentioned that she had a bear necklace, but the big bad wasn't revealed until Reyes tries to kill Danny. There were obviously other minor villains, like the Smiley Man or whatever his name was, but, like, meh, wasn't impressed. It just wasn't anything. They lead up to this really dramatic ending sequence with everybody fighting the bear, but all Danny had to do was say, "No, stop it."
Stop! No! No. I'm in charge now. Control. Everything's gonna be okay. You don't have to worry about anything anymore. It's time to go to sleep now.
And that was it. That was the end. It doesn't make sense for the build-up. Though maybe on further inspection, I can gather that this movie is about facing your fears or whatever. But I don't know, I didn't like it still. I don't care if there's a deeper meaning. I didn't like it. Overall, I think there was a lot to be desired from this movie, and I don't mean sequel bait. I wish we had more character development or time to build relationships. In an hour and a half, you can only do so much, but this is one time I would argue for a longer movie. Especially if you're introducing a brand new group of characters for a franchise, you need to be able to flesh them out in a specific way, like we see what Disney Plus doing with their TV shows. That's a really good way to start giving us an introduction. I don't think that the people who make X-Men really wanted to make a big TV show about the New Mutants, but something a little more than just like an hour and a half long movie introducing 5 new characters. I would consider, though, checking out the comics. I think the characters are pretty intriguing. I think that they could be cool. And I like X-Men, so I would probably read the comics just because of that. But that's the end of the bad movie for this month. I went back and forth on what the number one movie should be. I will say it was almost Max Keeble's big move, which I watched numerous times in my youth at my grandmother's house while she was asleep in the middle of the night. So I did kind of worry that nostalgia clouded my judgment, but instead I settled on every straight man's MCM, Ryan Reynolds in Free Guy.
My name is Guy.
Sunday should be warm and sunny, just a scattering of drive-bys.
And I live in paradise.
This movie is so fun, and I stand by it being a movie that you could put on after a hard day to just relax. Video game and pop culture nerds will probably enjoy it more than most boomers, but I am not a boomer, so therefore, target audience. And hey, Joe Keery is here too. Sorry, Jonathan, you still get the short end of the stick. Steve will always be my favorite Stranger Things character. Also, I haven't watched season 4 of Stranger Things yet, so no spoilers. Free Guy was still good on the second watch through. I don't think I really got any new information though, but I am kinda dumb, so that isn't terribly surprising. The concept of an NPC becoming self-aware isn't a super new concept. The game Doki Doki Literature Club played with that idea in a way, but that's like a really dark version of it. Still, I mean, this is kind of a refreshing look into gaming culture. I loved how happy all the NPCs were. They were programmed to just exist in a space and have happy lives, even if they got killed every day. Though the game Free City is basically GTA, because like I noticed that when Millie mentioned badges, and I've seen enough Achievement Hunter GTA Let's Plays to know this is what the game's equivalent is. Though despite it being GTA, I don't think any other game style would have worked as well. It had to be like a mass multiplayer game. I think the world building and game were still cool to look at. I mean, every time a person in the real world showed the game, it looked like a game. I think that was just a really nice added touch. And then even when we were following Guy, we would switch between sunglasses view and regular view, and that just added a little extra dimension. And then Guy having to grind, watching him go through that was just really realistic. Who hasn't had to die a few times before getting a handle on a new game? Right, Tom Nook killed me 1,000 times before I could pay my debt. I also really love seeing the players behind the characters. Like we have Channing Tatum, a highly considered hotman, who is just the character of Matthew Cardaropel. Apologies if I pronounced that wrong.
Gamers, listen up. This is Benjamin Buttons here. I'm here with Guy. The guy, he's in my stash house and he's here to rob me. Can I get a little...
The what for my followers guy?
What? Perfect. All right, so what's happening is...
Guy's looking for a clip showing a walkthrough I did to get to the secret level.
Who's usually not in a hotman role? I mean, he's the creepy arcade worker in Stranger Things. Hey look guys, another Stranger Things person. We're on a roll in this one. Again, do not spoil anything about Season 4. I'm waiting till the school year's over before I start. And that's the day this video is being posted. Anyway, back to the movie. I know we kind of got an image in Ready Player One in a way, but this was really played for laughs, and I really liked that. I think Ready Player One took itself a little too seriously, and I just didn't really like it. And the added realism of using real gamers and streamers to show and talk about what's happening on social media, I thought was really fun. I only recognized about 3 of them, but that's better than none.
Up until recently, I don't even know if I'd have noticed a few NPCs going missing.
And I don't know if this is just some whack Reddit theory, but some people are saying that Blue Shirt Guy isn't even a player. That he's actual AI.
AI.
Actual AI. You know, alive. It's why Blue Shirt Guy is trending everywhere.
Antwan, if you're watching this, please fix the game, and most of all,
oh my God,
bring back Blue.
Pokey and Jack, I hope you are both doing well. Ninja. Anyway, let's move on. Let's go. On realism, The way Millie had memorized the NPC's line is very relatable to me. I play Sims 4 so often that I say their Simlish with them sometimes. And then when Millie's character kiss Guy and then cutting to her awkward faces, also like in The Sims, when you make The Sims woohoo. It's very awkward. So, shout out to Matt Lederman and Zach Penn for that. But Zach Penn, I'm really sorry for insulting Ready Player One. Quick interruption. You guys are about to see that I have finished Momoland's thumbs up set. I thought this would be a good break in the commentary just to mention that I'm really excited about that. This cast was stacked, and it was better than the Mutants movie. One of my celebrity crushes made a surprise appearance. Taika, I know you're married with kids, but I'm asking for your hand. The power of his entrance.
Good morning, sheeple! Oh, you are fired!
There is some concern with the bloody zombies. Retailers won't carry the game.
Now that it's out, never even happened next.
It's your lawyers. They need to get your deposition scheduled.
Which lawsuit are we talking about? Millie Rusk. No sweat. That will never see the inside of a courtroom because she's got no proof and her ex-partner works for me. We're golden.
Antwan, hey, you look great. I thought you were still at Burning Man.
Oh, does it look like I'm still at Burning Man? No, so shut your stupid bearded face and listen.
And I had no idea he was in this. Like I said, it was a surprise. I think I just like ascended to another plane when he came in. And I don't even care that he's an asshole who tries to kill all the NPCs. He's really handsome, and I think we can allow that. And one last note about this movie, the technical things like the camera and the music added really good dimensions. When Guy ordered a cappuccino and the camera started to rotate until he said he was joking, that gave it like a really creepy vibe. And I think that really was like interesting to see in like this really funny movie.
Medium coffee, cream, 2 sugars. Medium coffee, cream, 2 sugars.
Actually, I think I'd like to try a cappuccino today. Ooh, cappuccino. I enjoy saying that. It's like a waterfall made of letters.
Excuse me?
I'd like to try a cappuccino. Please.
But you get a medium coffee, cream, 2 sugars. That's what you get. That's what everyone gets. Every day, always.
Well, hey,
Somebody's about to get shot.
Sir Johnny, I just thought I'd try something different today, you know? Whatever, right? Ah! I'm just keeping you on your toes. Coffee, cream, 2 sugars, please. I'm joking. Just keeping you on your toes. I was kidding.
I was just kidding.
Oh, you think I'd deprive myself of your baristic artistry? No way, no how.
We also get some good music choice. When Guy got the Captain America shield and it played Captain America's theme, it also showed Chris Evans. That was cute. And then the lightsaber, it played the Star Wars theme, which was also pretty fun.
What the shit?
That was dumb.
Hold on. Is that a lightsaber? Yes! That's a lightsaber, dude.
Is that a lightsaber?
It is.
I think those are some really good little Easter eggs. I think the writers, the director, all the people who worked on this movie really cared about the project, and you could kind of get that from the amount of effort that they put into knowing the culture around what they were doing. Ready Player One, everybody talked about how good the there were little bits. Like I saw Tracer from Overwatch in there. People talked about seeing all these other video game characters. You know, Ralph Breaks the Internet was also one that I remember, like, people being like, oh, like, that kind of reminds me of this internet thing. I think both of those movies were good, and I think that they showcased gaming internet culture in a good way, but I feel personally that Free Guy just seemed to care a little bit more. Maybe it was the bigger budget or whatever, but it just felt better to me. I had a much more enjoyable time watching it, and I loved it on the second watch through. I would watch it a third time. I'm considering watching it a third time because it was just fun. It made me laugh a lot. I liked it. So here is the list of movies that I watched in April and May with their ratings. I actually started putting movies that I've rewatched in red, so they kind of stand out a little more. But I think this is the first time in the few that I've done that the number one movie is actually like one of the highly rated ones instead of like being the second rated one, like an 8 out of 10 compared to a 10 out of 10. I don't know how to explain it, but I think this is the first time that's happened. Yeah, I watched a few movies, a lot of Disney. I just got Disney Plus, so sorry. But yeah, I mean, if anybody wants me to talk about my opinion on any of these, maybe I will. I have a second YouTube channel that I want to get started, so if anybody wants me to do an in-depth review, I might do it on that other channel. But yeah, I I felt like I was kind of running out of movies to watch, which is why a lot of them are rewatches from, you know, previous. But yeah. Please watch Max Keeble's Big Move. It's actually pretty funny, and I'm sorry, Nick DeRamio, but I love that movie, and it is so, so, so good. It aged exactly how I would have hoped it did. So that brings me to the end of these semi-short reviews, and I hope everybody enjoyed it. Feel free to drop movie recommendations in the comments or at me on Twitter. I'm always looking for new things to watch, good or bad. I don't care what the score is of Rotten Tomatoes. I will watch anything. I may not finish it, but I'll try. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. I will have a great day, have a great week, and I will see you next time. Bye!